Hello, and thank you for choosing to install Uila. In this video, we will discuss how Uila can be installed as a SaaS-based application. First, we will go over the architecture. Uila comprises of three components: the Uila Management and Analytics Server, the Virtual Information Controller, and the Virtual Smart Tab. The Virtual Smart Tab is the most fundamental component. It's a tab that sits on your ESXi host and monitors the traffic flow in and out of the virtual switch. It's a very small footprint virtual machine. The next component is the Virtual Information Controller. The Virtual Information Controller integrates with your vCenter environment to collect all the compute and storage information, and it also receives the metadata packets from the virtual smart tabs on the application and network. Finally, the Virtual Information Controller in a SaaS-based installation will send it to the cloud UMass or the cloud portal to provide you with all the deep dive analytics on Uila. So let's get started. For the Uila SaaS-based installation, first log into your browser and go to portal.uila.com/register. Now set up your account. Once you finish the registration form, you should receive an email as follows. Now, to complete your registration, click on the link in the email. Now, your account has been approved. Log into the account along with the password you selected. Select the VMware deployment. And now you should go on to this screen. The next step is to deploy the Virtual Information Controller. So log into your vSphere client. So right click on the cluster, say Deploy Virtual Machine. Now select the Virtual Information Controller that has already been downloaded. Hit Next. Name the Virtual Information Controller according to your liking. Choose the compute resources. Review your details here. Accept the end user license agreement. Choose the kind of deployment. If you have less than 500 virtual machines, use the small Uila deployment. In case you have 500 to 1000 virtual machines, use a medium. And anything over 1000, use a large deployment. In my case, I'm running this on my lab environment, so I'm going to use the small deployment. Select the disk format. We prefer to use the thin provisioning. Select your management network. Now fill in the properties here. This should have the Uila UMass's IP address or host name. The login ID that you created. This should be the same as what's used in the UMass, as the VIC needs to communicate with the UMass. This will be the vCenter IP address. Use your vCenter credentials. vCenter credentials password. Use your NTP server or leave it at default. And fill in all the networking properties. In case you would like to use DHCP, leave all these criteria blank. Hit next, and now you're ready to deploy the VIC. Wait for the import and the deployment of the virtual information controller. This should take close to about 15 to 20 minutes. Power on the VIC and wait for the blue screen to appear as follows. So once the blue screen appears, go back to the settings page within the UMass console. Here, you'll notice that there's an orange button that pops up, which indicates that the virtual information controller is now communicating with the Uila UMass. The next step is to deploy virtual smart traffic tabs within your ESXi host. In order to do that, click on the orange button that you see here. This will pull up a list of all the different clusters and hosts within your environment. For the purpose of this example, we will use a single host. Here, click on Configuration on one of the VSTs. Here, choose the data store, the management port group, and the IP address of the virtual machine. Also provided with the DNS server IP address and name. Now click on Apply. Now, you can simply click on the Install action in order to install the Virtual Smart Traffic tab on this host. Once deployed, the Virtual Smart Traffic tab will show up as active as you see here. Thank you for deploying Uila within your environment. For any queries or questions, please visit www.uila.com.